Hello, everyone. This is Sharitha Gordon. I am the CEO of Strategic Steps Consulting, and we are in for a new session. So today I want to talk to you about the do's and the don'ts of starting a business. I know it's so much information out there, and it's so easy to get confused as to what do I do first, what do I do second, how do I figure it all out? Well, I'm going to give you just a few tips, some important things that you want to remember when you're deciding, hey, I want to start a business. I want to be my own boss. I want to get out there with everybody else, and I want to start a business. So I came up with 10 things, and when I teach a class, I usually go over these things in more in depth. I'm just going to give you some quick points on those so you can have a little bit of background to go with it. So let's get started. So let's do the do's first. So write a business plan, and you can go back through my feed and see where I talked about the important parts of a business plan and exactly what that means to you. Then number 2, write a business and personal vision. Well, if I'm going somewhere and I don't even know where that's at, how do I get there, right? So writing a vision for your personal life helps you navigate the process of where you're going. And writing a vision for your business helps you figure out what are we going to do every single day to get to that end goal. And that will help you stay on course. Because when you start a business and you tell anyone, I'm starting a business, everyone has advice. And everyone wants to tell you what not to do, what to do. So you don't want to get caught up in all that and get into the weeds and get lost on your journey. What you want to know is I'm going here. And when I'm getting to get there, I need to take these steps to get there. Now, it's not always a straight line. Sometimes it's jagged, up a hill, down a hill, around the corner. But at the end of the day, you already have your vision and you can stay on course and not get off course or sidetrack too many times because you don't know where you're trying to go. So write that vision. Then number 3, research your industry. And for those of you that don't know what an industry is, my word of the day is I'm going to cover these things, but an industry is basically what industry you're in, where do you sell these products and services, and what does that encompass, right? So you have like the transportation industry, the restaurant industry, the retail industry. So you want to figure out what industry I'm in and what is it doing today? Not what it was doing last year, 10 years ago, 2020, when everything was going great, right? In certain aspects and going bad in others. Like what is going on in my industry right now today? Because why? You're starting today or tomorrow, whichever way, right? Now, number 4, learn your target market. I know everyone thinks they can sell to anyone. And like I said before, you can't. I don't shop at Kmart. I don't shop at Target. Okay? Just don't, right? That's not my thing. Maybe yours, and that's okay. But the bottom line is no one shops at all the same places. So you have to know your target market. Who are they? Where do they live? How much money do they make, right? How do they like my product? Will they buy my product? Are they interested in it? Can I solve basically their pain points? If you can't solve a person's pain point, they're not your customer, okay? Now, number 5, consult a lawyer and a CPA. And I can hear you screaming now, that's going to cost me money. I don't want to do that. Well, not exactly. To have a conversation is not going to necessarily cost you money. And the reason I say necessarily, because every state is different. There are some people that's been burned, and there are some people that they've talked and no one's bought. So now they charge you to have a conversation. But there are those people out there that still will have that conversation and not charge you for a consultation, right? So you want to make those phone calls and find out where your CPAs are, where your business lawyers are. I'm not talking about a divorce lawyer, not talking about a real estate lawyer. I'm talking about a business lawyer, which is more transactional, okay? So they want to have a conversation because if they don't know your business, they don't know what industry you're in, how do they sell you anything, right? Divorce is divorce. Sorry to say, I hate that happens to people, but at the end of the day, when you go into a divorce lawyer's office, he already knows you're there. He or she knows you're there for a divorce, right? Or at least have a conversation about that. So when you go in a business lawyer's office, they don't really know why you're there. It could be for intellectual property. It could be for contracts. It could be because you want them to incorporate your business. It could be for any single thing dealing with business. So they have to have that conversation to see if you're their customer. Right. So if you're not their target, they can't help you. They have to send you on your way to someone else. So having that conversation, 1, allows you to build a relationship. 2, allows you to understand what is this going to cost me right now in the long haul, and how do I budget for that? 3, allows you to get used to having those conversations and not feeling like you don't understand what they're saying. You can build synergy with a CPA or a lawyer, and then when you're ready to start, they know your name. Like Cheers. They know your name. But if they don't know your name, and for those of you that don't know what Cheers is, It's just a quite short that they said, we all know your name. But anywho, you want them to know you. You don't want them to say, well, who are you and how do I help you? And you're going back through the process over and over again. All right, moving on. Number 6, monitor your credit and talk to a banker. For those of you that don't know what a banker is, it is not the teller at the bank. The person that you give your money to deposit for you, that's not a banker. A banker is a person that's usually in a desk behind in an office behind a desk, right? That's a VP, and sometimes they call a branch manager. Have different titles, but at the end of the day, they're usually the people you're talking to about your loans, about talking about your investments, about how do I get money from your bank? What kind of accounts do I need to open? Some people need more than one account. You need accounts for different things because you're a heavily transactional business. Other people may not need a lot of accounts, but I'm going to need a loan in some time. I might need a loan at 2 years, but I'm going to need a loan. So having that relationship with a banker helps you understand what you need, when you need it, and they can give you the cheat sheet to what you need to make sure you can get a loan. And on top of that, having that relationship with a banker, you can see what type of products and services they offer you. All banks are not business banks. So if you're trying to do banking at a bank that's not a business bank, then you will have to change banks. So building that relationship with a banker at the new bank will allow you to understand what services can they give me. Do they have good credit cards? Do they have good loans? Do they do SBA loans? Because I might need one of those. If you don't know the answers, when you do need it, it is crazy to try to figure out who to talk to. And now you're frustrated, you're mad, you're having issues, and like, they won't give me money. They won't give you money. They don't know you, and you don't know them. And they don't even know if they can give you money because you went to a personal bank, not a business one. We can talk about that a little later, right? But moving on. All right. So now, number 7, build a strong professional relationship. Building strong relationships means that you are building a relationship with all the people around you that are in business. Why? Because you never know when you need something, and you should be able to call your network and ask them, hey, do you know a good CPA? Hey, do you know an engineer? Hey, do you know? Why? Because these are trusted people that you've built relationships with, and they shouldn't steer you wrong. Notice I said shouldn't. Sometimes people don't know how to say, I don't know. Well, I will tell you, I don't know. But for those people that do know people, they can say, I know someone. Let me give you a soft introduction. Let me call them for you. Let me see if they can help you before you go on a rat's race chase for something you'll never find because you don't know anyone that you can ask. Now, there's times when your network can't help you, but that's okay. At least you have a network you can call. So start to build those professional relationships while you're at work. Do network. Do network with everybody. And I don't mean those cold call networks we do on LinkedIn or Facebook. And I don't mean just, robotically saying something to people. I mean build true relationships. I believe in building relationships because if you build relationships, those people will help you when you're up, when you're down, when you're in the middle of the thick of things, when you need something right away and you don't know how to find it, when you have true questions that you need someone to tell you, hey, that's not the way you're going to do that. You need to talk to Bob, Bill, Sue, Merritt, Sharitha, Johnny, anybody that has the answer. Those are the people you want. And you network, and network gives you that ability to be confident that I can ask my friends, my cohorts, my people that collaborate with me, my associates, any of those people that they know me. They know your name. Okay? Now, number 9, get insurance to mitigate risk. If you have all this risk and you have nothing to protect yourself, then guess what? We got issues, right? And what do I mean by that? If I am a grass cutting company and I have no insurance and I'm cutting the grass, it looks amazing. The lines are great. Oh, it's beautiful. But a rock pops out underneath the lawnmower and hits a car that's parked on the side of the road and the window is broken and now I got to pay for this Mercedes window. Oops. And I don't have insurance. Oops. But if I have insurance, I can be upset and like, I didn't know that rock was there. Oh, wow. But I can politely say, I broke your window, but my insurance will take care of that. That makes your business be more legitimate. And it also keeps people from saying, I don't want to use your services anymore because you cracked my window and you can't pay me. And it saves you money because now you got to pay out your pocket. Just saying. All right. Number 10, pay for what you need, not what you want. I know we all want the shiny building with the marquee. We all want the white chairs and the beautiful desk. We all want that mahogany desk that's large. That may be just me, with the bookshelves that are amazing. We want all of that. And we want people to come in and see the aesthetics and go, man, they're doing well. Well, If you're not, you're not. Meaning, when you first build your business, bootstrapping is the best way to do that. And that'll be coming up soon. But that's the best way to do that. You got to buy what you need until you can afford to buy what you want. Why? Because in business, you're going to be spending money in different ways, going out of your business in several ways to make sure your customer is satisfied. It may mean that you're not satisfied, but your customer is satisfied. That is the key. So if I'm not satisfying my customer and I'm satisfying me, I'm going to lose customers, and no customers, no business. So park it on the side, put it on a wish list, put it on, the list of I'm going to do one day, whatever it takes to get yourself to say, we don't need that today. What we need today is some billboards or some flags, or we need to buy some more paper, or we need to buy some equipment, or we need to buy some more inventory. So we might not have no chairs or a building. Because if you buy a building and you don't have any customers, what'd you buy the building for? I've seen that. They have a building and no customers. So who's paying the note? You. All right, let's get to the don'ts. All right, so now the don'ts. Don't pay for things that are free. Ask for help. An EIN number is free. I know some of you probably going, what? I paid for that. Well, I get it. You might have paid for a service for them to do your LLC, and so they put the EIN in there. Okay, it's a group, it's a bundle. It's part of marketing. It's a bundle. But at the end of the day, IRS charges you nothing for that. It's absolutely free. That's one thing that's free. It's free to put yourself on Google to be number one. Because I've done that. But people call you and say they need to do it for you. Not technically, they don't. Okay? Now, it depends on, of course, what industry you're in. If a lot of people are paying thousands of dollars to be at the top, of course, you might not be at the top. But everybody's not doing that. Okay? So don't pay for what's free. Don't expect people to tell you how to do what they have not done. And what I mean by that, when you go to a state office or a city office and you're like, how do I start a business? And they have never actually done it. They just work there. They can't tell you how to do it. So they may say, read this pamphlet, read this book, go online, go to this roadmap. We have this, we have that. And you're angry because they didn't tell you exactly what to do because they have never done it. They're working, and their job is to give you the pamphlet, give you the book, and that's it. So don't get upset with people that don't tell you what you expect them to tell you, because if they don't know, they can't tell you. And some people will lie to you because you're angry, so they just tell you anything. Now you're more angry and frustrated because you went in circles. Don't have that expectation. If they don't know, it's better for you that they don't tell you. And you have to keep looking, okay? Number three, don't leave a stable income for your business with no customers. You leave your job because you're excited that you're going to start a business. And I applaud you, but that is really not faith. If I drop out my job knowing I got to pay bills and I can't afford to pay my bills because I don't have my job and I have no customers to pay the bills, don't do that. No. Hold the job and at night work the business. Or working at night, work the business in the day. When you get enough customers that can pay you what you get paid, then you leave your job. If you don't have enough customers that can pay you what you have on your job, minus benefits, okay? Then you shouldn't leave your job yet. Wait, be patient, be patient, be patient, and be anxious for nothing. Because eventually you will have enough money to pay yourself. And when you can pay yourself, you can leave that stable job. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. If you have a husband or a spouse or a significant other that's paying the bills and you don't have any responsibilities, that's totally different. But if you have responsibilities, I mean real responsibilities, then you don't want to do that to yourself because that's more pressure, more stress on you. And then you become money hungry and money focused and not customer focused, which will make you lose money. Just saying. All right. Number 4, don't underestimate the importance of effective financial management. You have to financially manage your own finances because you're going to need those. You're going to need your finances, your credit, your reputation when you first start. Because you're going to guarantee a lot of things for your company because it's a baby and it don't have its own credit. And we'll talk about later how you build your company's credit. But at the end of the day, that's what you're going to need to do. So if you have a 400 score or a 500 score or a 600 score and you're like, I'm going to start a business and you're angry because the bank won't give you money, how do you guarantee for your company to have a loan when your credit can't even handle I'm not going to go into that. Let's not do that. Okay? Fix your credit. Fix your stuff. Manage financially your own personal stuff so you have a leg to stand on, that foundation to stand on. So when you guarantee stuff for your company, you're just guaranteeing it. It won't show up on your credit. Oh, it won't if your company's separated. And I got to get into that. That has a lot to do with a lot of other things. But I'm just saying, financial management is imperative when it comes to business. Number 5, don't ignore. Sorry, my screen keeps doing that. Don't ignore what happens in your market. If you see that your market is tanking, if your market is already mature, if your market is having issues like the housing market going up and down, now we're up, and they say we're going to come down. Don't do certain things. Reserve your cash. Make sure you have enough cash flow. If you know your market is having issues, get with the supply chain. You cannot get inventory, or you can't get things to come when you need it. You have to make sure you don't ignore that. Don't be like, well, it's not going to happen to me. Really? I had a client, quick story, that she ignored her supply chain. And then she's like, Sharitha, I can't get the little cartons I need to pre-pack the food for my customers. That's a problem. Because if she can't pack it and can't move it, there's no cash flow coming in. And now she's having to pay more money to someone to try to get it because she couldn't get it from the person she was originally getting it from. Guess why? Because she never signed a contract with that supply chain. So when the supply chain, with the distributor, So when the supply chain became rigid and could not be moved, they dropped her quickly because she didn't have a contract to fulfill the other contracts. And I can get into that later too. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're not ignoring what the market is, what your industry is saying to you, your market is saying to you, okay? Number 6, don't wait too long to get help. If you know you don't know accounting, you don't know what you're doing, you don't have a clue about the business side, but you're amazing and excellent and oh God, you're just off the chain when it comes to your craft, then ask for help on that side so that you don't wait till you're bleeding profusely out of money, or you're having issues because you can't get customers, or you pick the wrong building and don't have no visibility because you wouldn't ask about the business side or put aside money to invest in yourself for the business side, and you ended up failing, but your craft is amazing. Number 7, make expensive office space, and furnishing a high priority. Don't do that. Don't go out and get a building, most expensive furniture, all these different things when you do not have a need for it in the moment. Because if you can't afford to pay for it, the worst thing is to have a lease for a building and you don't have the ability to pay because your numbers don't add up because you didn't do a business plan. All right. Number 8. I lost track for a second. Number 8. Try to do everything yourself. Don't try to do everything yourself. You're not people always say, I'm a master. I'm a oh God, I lost my train of thought. I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none. You don't want to be that because you're going to be tired. You're an owner now. You have to think. So if you're a jack of all trades and you're jumping here, jumping there, jumping here, jumping. Now, if you're gifted to do that, because some people are, now don't get it twisted. Some people are gifted to do that. But if you're not, don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none and mess up your business. Ask for help. Don't try to do everything for yourself, especially if you're not good at it. Don't do it. Number 9, pass up opportunities. Don't pass up opportunities for free publicity. In other words, if you're a baker and you know you can take some baking, say you do cupcakes and you can take cupcakes down to your friend's job and give them away for free, that's free publicity. Because you're cooking and giving it to them, they're eating it, they're not paying you in the moment, but guess what? When they want another sweet treat, they're going to think about that cupcake and they're going to call you and now they're paying. If you know that you're good at writing and you know people need something written and you're willing to show them, what are you doing? You're showing your value. And once you show your value, oh yes, they're going to come after you. But if I don't know your value, I'm just like, I don't really know what they do. So don't pass that up. Don't be so stuck on the dollar that you pass up the opportunity. Okay? Now, number 10, finally, I know I'm taking forever. Ooh, this took longer than I thought. Finally, number 10, don't leave contingency plans until it's too late. In other words, don't wait till the last minute to have a plan for the things that you cannot mitigate. Don't wait till the last minute to have a plan if we run out of cash flow, to have a plan if we don't get a loan, to have a plan if the building catches on fire, to have a plan if the weather goes bad and we have a flood, to have a plan if we run out of money altogether, to have a plan. You have to have a plan, because when it happens, it's the wrong time to go into reaction instead of proaction. You're reacting to everything that's happening on. You'll make the worst decisions ever. You have to be proactive. So you just pull it out and say, listen, this is what we plan for. And whatever's not in the plan, we can just add then. So have a plan. Well, that's it. I know I took 20 minutes of your time, but it was worth it, because you need to know these things, because I don't want you to walk out here trying to be a business owner and build a business without a great foundation. These are foundational principles that don't ever change. These are things that people don't tell people, and I want to make sure you know. Because why? I want to make sure you have a great day and you make every step strategic, because we are here for you to answer the questions you didn't know you needed to ask. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have an awesome week. And you know what? Keep building. Keep building. Keep building. Keep growing and keep maintaining. Have a good day. Bye.